There is one moment that almost every man gets completely wrong, and it quietly destroys more relationships than cheating ever could. It happens when a woman you care about comes to you and starts talking about her problems, her bad day, her difficult boss, her fight with a friend, something that hurt her. And in that moment, you think you know exactly what to do. But I am going to tell you right now, you probably don't. And the worst part, nobody ever told you why. Stay with me until the end of this video, because what I am about to share with you will completely change the way you connect with every woman in your life. Most men, when a woman brings them her problems, fall into one of two traps. The first type thinks, she needs me to fix this. So he jumps straight into solution mode. He asks questions, builds a plan, gives advice. He thinks he is being helpful. He thinks he is being strong. The second type thinks, she just needs to vent. So he nods along. He says things like, that sounds really tough, and I'm sorry that happened. He thinks being quiet and patient is enough. Here's the truth. Both of these men are missing the entire point. And if you have ever walked away from a conversation with a woman feeling like somehow you made things worse, even though you tried your best, this is exactly why. Here's the thing nobody talks about. When a woman shares her problems with you, she is not running a test to see if you are smart enough to solve them. And she is not just looking for a human recording device to absorb her words. She is testing something far deeper. She is testing whether you are a safe place. She wants to know, can this man sit with me when things are messy and not fall apart? Can he handle my emotional world without running away or shutting down? In her heart, even if she does not consciously realize it, she is opening a door. And she is watching very carefully to see what you do when you look inside. That changes everything, doesn't it? Before I go deeper, if this kind of real, honest conversation is what you have been looking for, go ahead and subscribe right now. We do not do surface level tricks here. We talk about what it actually takes to build deep, lasting connections. Hit that subscribe button and stay with us. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you have been getting close to a woman you really like. Things feel warm. There is a real connection building. Then one evening she sends you a long message. Her boss humiliated her in front of her entire team. Or a close friend said something that cut deep. She tells you she feels overwhelmed. She does not know what to do. Because you genuinely care about her, you step up. You ask the right questions. You come up with a solid plan. You walk her through logical steps to fix the situation. But then something strange happens. She goes quiet. She says, yeah, thanks, in a voice that sounds empty. And you walk away feeling further from her than you were before the conversation even started. You think to yourself, I tried to help. What did I do wrong? If that has ever happened to you, you are not alone. Almost every man has been in that exact spot. It is not because you are a bad person. It is simply because no one ever explained what she was actually asking for in that moment. Here is something important to understand about how women are wired emotionally. For many women, talking is not the end of the thinking process. Talking is the thinking process. She is not handing you a broken object and waiting for you to repair it. She is walking through her own inner world out loud, in real time. And she needs you to walk with her, not pull her toward the exit. When you rush to solutions, you are not being helpful. You are communicating something she can feel deeply. I am uncomfortable with your feelings, and I want them to stop. And when a man cannot sit with a woman's emotions, she sees that as a sign that he may not be ready for something real. The most powerful thing you can do in those moments is simply this. Stay calm, stay present, do not run. That kind of steady, unshakable presence is rare, and it is one of the most attractive things a man can offer. We are going deep today, and there is still more to cover. If this is speaking to you, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because this is the kind of content we bring you every single week. Do not miss it. Here is something else I want you to sit with for a moment. She does not share this with everyone. There are people she smiles at every day who will never know what is really going on inside her. There are friends she has had for years who only see the polished, put-together version of her. There are other men in her life who will never earn that level of trust. But she came to you. That is not a small thing. That is a signal, a big one. When a woman lets you see the parts of her that are hurting, uncertain, or afraid, she is giving you a gift. She is deciding, deep in her gut, that you might be worth being real with. This is how true intimacy begins for women, not through grand gestures, not through expensive dinners. It begins in these quiet, raw moments where she lowers her guard just slightly to see how you respond. If you meet that moment with judgment, impatience, or a 5-step action plan, that door closes. not with a dramatic slam, just quietly. And she will make a small private note in her heart. He cannot hold this. But if you stay calm, stay present, and make her feel truly seen, that door opens wider than ever before. Let me be direct with you about the 4 most damaging mistakes men make in these moments. Mistake 1, giving advice before she feels heard. Even good advice lands wrong when it comes too early. It tells her you care more about ending the conversation than understanding her. Mistake 2, minimizing her feelings. Saying things like, "It's not that serious," or "You're overthinking it." Even if you mean well, sends one clear message: your emotions are inconvenient to me. Mistake 3, making it about yourself. The moment you redirect the conversation to your own stories and struggles, she feels the spotlight shift. And she needed that spotlight even just for a little while. Mistake 4, letting her see that her emotions make you uncomfortable. If your energy shifts, if you go cold, if you reach for your phone, she will feel it. And it will cost you more than you realize. So what does she want from you? First, she wants her feelings to feel real. You do not have to agree with her logic. You just have to show her that what she feels is valid to her. Second, she wants your full presence. Not half of you, all of you. Eyes on her, phone away, mind right there in that conversation. Third, she wants to know you are not in a rush. She needs to feel like you have all the time in the world to sit with her, even in the uncomfortable silence. And fourth, after she feels heard, she wants to hear your voice. Not loud, not full of answers, just calm and steady. Something that says, "I hear you, I see how hard this is, and I am not afraid of it. I believe in you." That quiet belief, that steady presence, is more powerful than any advice you could ever give her. The reason most men struggle in these moments is not because they do not care. It is because they were raised to believe that feelings are problems that need to be solved as quickly as possible, that strength means action, that sitting with emotion is weakness. But that thinking is exactly what holds men back from building something real. To be the man who can truly show up for a woman, you first have to get comfortable with your own inner world, your own discomfort, your own fear, your own uncertainty. This is quiet work. Work that happens when no one is watching, but it shows up in every conversation you have. And when you do that work, people feel it. Women feel it. You carry a steadiness that cannot be faked. And you become the kind of man that women do not want to walk away from. Here is what I want to leave you with. The goal is not to learn a script. The goal is not to memorize the right things to say. The goal is to become a man with a deep enough heart to hold someone else's truth. When a woman brings you her pain, her confusion, her fear, she is handing you a key to her inner world. That is one of the most sacred things one person can offer another. Do not respond to it with a to-do list. Respond to it with your presence. Be the man who stays, who does not flinch, who makes her feel seen without making her feel judged. When you become that man, you will not need to chase anyone. People will want to stay by your side because men like that are rare and men like that are never forgotten. That is the man you are becoming. If this video gave you something real to think about, then you are exactly in the right place. This channel is built for men who want to go deeper, not just in relationships, but in understanding themselves. Subscribe right now and join a community that is serious about growth, real connection, and becoming the best version of who you are. I will see you in the next one.